Hi guys, this is Siva Reddy. Welcome to Git tutorial. In this session, I am going to explain two important Git commands. Those are Git Branch and Checkout. In this session, we are going to look at in detail about these two commands. Before we go ahead and start practical, let us try to understand what is the branching in Git. When we create a Git init, we use the command git init command. It is saying that it is going to initialize the git repository in particular directory where we have created our local git repository. Now what branching means, git always consider a project as a one branch. Now you need to by default it create a branch called master. That is the reason whenever you issue the status command, it is going to say that on branch master and nothing to commit and working directory is clean. That means in Git always it consider as a one branch where your changes are always going to be reside. Now let us consider here you are developing a web project or any development project. First, what you need to going to create is you need to create a by default it will create a master branch. If you want the same branch needs to be used for your project, then you can go ahead and place all your code to in this master branch. Else you can create your own branch and there you need to copy all your code in that repository. Once you copy there and going forward whatever the changes you want to do or other developers who are parallelly working on this project, they will take this branch as a main version and they can do their own local branch. Or else if you are thinking that the main branch always should nobody should not touch it, but each developer who is working on this project they need to create a separate branch from the master or the main branch, and there they can develop their own features. Once they test it and everything goes fine, they can merge that branch to the main branch. So this is the general practice all the people used to do. What it means is, first you create a master branch that will contain the all the production data. Next time onwards, if any developer want to work on this project, they need to create a separate branch based on the from the main branch, and there they can do their own development for the enhancements or the bug fixing. Once he done that branch, they will come and merge it to the main branch. So in this session we will look at how we are going to create a branch and different operations we can perform on the branch, and a later point of time I will show you how to merge the one branch to the another branch. Let us go ahead and see how we can create a branches now. In order to create a branch, always you need to be in the master branch or not. What I mean to master branch is where your complete production code is resides, that we will call as a master or the main branch. So from that you want to create a another branch, because you always take the latest code which are in the production. From there actually you do the development. So that is the reason always you go to the master branch. From there you can create a separate branches. Now what I am doing is I am creating a from the master branch I am going to create a another branch. In my master branch currently whatever the files I have is, I have almost 8 files I have added to the master branch. From this I am going to create new branch. In order to create a new branch, you need to use the git command, git branch. My new branch name I am giving as test. This is my new branch. So it enter. Now it created a test branch. In order to see what how many branches in there, how many branches are there for the repository, you can go ahead and issue the command git branch. So git branch is going to display all the branches available for that git repository. Here master is the currently master, it is pointing to the master branch. I just now created a test branch. Now in order to switch to the different branches, you need to issue the command git checkout, and then you need to give the branch name. So this is the newly created branch is the test. So what I am doing is git checkout test. Now automatically it switches to the branch test. Now this test branch almost is it is a replica of the master. In the case of Git, as I explained earlier, Git always talks as a snapshot of the data, not the files. So what when you create a branch, it happens is this master and test actually pointing to the same reference. Reference is nothing but in the backend, it is going to maintain the nodes or the pointers. So now what happens is master and the test always pointing to the same memory address or the same pointer. Now you created a test branch. Now you can do whatever the operation you want to do for whatever the files or the whatever the enhancement you want to do it. You can do this to this test branch. Once you done with the testing and integration, everything looks fine. Then you can go ahead and go ahead and merge this test with the main branch, that is the master or the your main branch. Now what I am doing is I am going to add few files to the test. Now this is so one more thing is when you are switching between the two different branches, there is no need of creating a separate folder or the separate folder for this branch, because Git automatically it will identify which branch you are there, and based on that it going to display your files. Currently I am in the test branch, and test branch is now almost test branch is also is equal to the master, hence you will see the same files. Now what I am doing is I am going to add one more file here, and I am going to commit to the test. Now what I am doing is I am creating one more test, add 9. Okay, now here I am saying that this is add 9 text file. Now you can perform all the operations like a master branch, and those changes only applicable for whatever the changes now you are doing, those changes will be reside on the branch test. Now what I am going to do is I am issuing the git status command. Now you can see that test9 I newly added, so now I need to stage this file to first. So git add9.txt. Okay, now what I can do is git, I'm going to commit this file, commit, I'm saying that add9.txt. Now it has added. Now if I issue the git k command, now you can see that this is the master branch, and from the master branch actually we have created a test branch. So that is the reason whenever you create any branch, at that particular point of time, whatever the data on the master branch, completely you will carry forward to the newly branch created. Hence it is going to have all the changes of the master, and also you will see whatever the changes you have done on top of the master branch which is in the test. Okay, now this is, hence this is going to maintain the T structure. This is what you are going to see. Okay, now if you want to switch to the main branch again, then what you can do is git, and also before go ahead there, I will share that I will show you that I currently in the test branch. Okay, and if you see that the added 9 is I only added to the test branch, but I didn't add this one to the main branch. So when I switch to the main branch, you do not see this file there. So git checkout master. So I am switching to the master branch. Now if you see here, that file is gone. So Git automatically identifies which branch you are in, and based on that the directory will be shown to you. That means whatever the files in the directory, it will be shown to you. And one more command we can see is if you want to list down all the branches, git branch, it will give you the all the branches here. Now at this point of time, I'm talking about only two commands. One is branch and checkout. Checkout is used to switch between the different branches. And also here switching is very easy because you no need to create no need to go for the different directories or something like that. From the command line itself, if you create as many branches you want, you can go ahead and switch those commands, you switch those branches using the checkout command. And another advantage of the checkout command is, for example, this is my repository file. Right now what you can see here is I am issuing a git status command. I'll show you one more functionality of the checkout. It is saying that everything is clean, on branch master, nothing to commit, working directory is clean. That means no changes actually happened after you commit this code to the master branch. Now what I am doing is I am modifying this file. What I am doing is this is testing modified. Now I am going to save this file. Once you save this file, now what happens is if I issue the status command, it is going to say that this file is actually got modified. Now if you have any requirement, like whenever you want to start a development work or you done some local code changes on the existing files, now you want to always you want the copy of the uh, git repository which is having the latest commit, or you want to exact copy of the git repository, git local repository, and you want to delete all the changes whatever you have done your working directory, then what you can do is git checkout add 8.txt. Now if you issue this command, what git is going to do is it is going to remove all your local changes and it is going to replace the copy of git local git local directory version with the, it is going to, it is just simply it is going to remove the changes whatever you have do in your local. So if I issue this command, and now if you see again git status, you do not see any you cannot see any difference, because git is checkout will replace the server version with your local, and whatever the local changes you have done, it will be completely vanished or removed. That is the reason it is very important to know that whenever you issue a checkout command, make sure that you already take the backup of these files, or you are sure that these whatever the changes you have done local no longer required. And also it is another way of using this command is checkout dot. If you say dot, it is going to remove all the changes across all the files or within the directory, and it is going to remove your local changes completely. So this is also one of the dangerous command, because you cannot do undo operation once you issue this command. Hence make sure that whenever you use the checkout and then you can say file name, it is at least somehow it is a user friendly, because those only that file will be affected. But if you issue git checkout dot, that means it is going to replace server copy version of the entire project with your local repository, and whatever the changes you have done in the local, completely it will be removed. Okay, so that is a one point you need to make sure of. And also I am going to create some more directories, some more branches. Git branch test 2. So it is going to create another branch, and if I issue git branch, it is going to say that I have two branches, test 2. And also if now what you need to do is, once you create a branch, you need to switch to the different branch, use the checkout. But there is another way you can directly switch to the branch on while you are creating the branch itself, that is git checkout -b, and you can issue the new branch. Then it is going to say that it already created a test3 branch, and directly it got switched it. And sometimes if you are thinking that you no need a branch, then you can delete also. In order to delete the branch, git checkout, sorry, git branch -t, and you can specify the command. Okay, now what happens is, here there is a two ways of you are deleting it. Git branch, if you are using the small d hyphen option, then what it is going to say is, you have done some changes to the test branch, because previously I have added one file to the test. Hence, -d option, it is going to make sure that it is giving a error that you have already done some changes to the branch. You need to match those changes to the main branch before you delete it. That is the reason it is giving the error. So whenever you try with the git branch -d option, if there is any local changes you have done for that branch, you have not yet merged it to the any other branch, then it will not allow you to delete. But still you want to go ahead and delete, then what you need to do is, you need to try with the option capital D, then it is going to be deleted. And if you see branch, right, you will see that the test one is no longer exist. Okay, so this is how you need to delete the branch. If you are not doing any changes for that branch after you create, then you can directly use branch fnd, and you can specify the branch test2. Now it will be deleted. But if you do some changes to the branch after you create, and those changes not at all merge it to the branch, that means the main branch, then -d option will give you an error and it won't allow. If you still want to go ahead and delete, then you can use the hyphen capital D option. Hope you are clear with the branch and checkout commands. I am going to iterate once again. Branching is used to create a new branch from the another branch from the main branch, and branching always helpful as you want to have a one branch where you have a production copy, and always all the developers who wants to work on enhancement or the bug fixing, they need to create a separate branch from the main branch, and there they can do their local changes, and once everything testing and everything looks fine, then they need to merge these changes to the main branch. And checkout is basically switch between the two different branches, or it is switch between the different branches. And also you can if you want to remove local changes, whatever happening you have done for the project, you can use the checkout option. So checkout is basically switch between the branches, and it is going to remove your local changes with the main it is going to replace the server copy. Hope you are clear with these things. If you have any questions, please comment on my YouTube video. Thanks for watching.